Next to come forwards, it is Lucy Jackson. Lucy, who rides the horse on whom she was third at Chatsworth a little bit earlier on this year. And went so well there, actually backed that up with a top 5 finish at Bramham in the long format as well. Lucy ranked inside the world's top 160. This is a horse owned by Gillian Greenlee. He's only a 10-year-old by Satisfaction FRH. And Lucy has been working exceptionally hard in the first phase, along with Carl Hester and Andrew Fletcher, who train her. And one mark that she was quietly confident about.
She was. And I've seen the horse before, and actually he's worth all the hours she's putting in and all the money she's investing in this horse, because actually he has a lot of scope to do a very, very good test. Because you can see his natural activity in the hind leg and his willingness there in the medium trot to take her across the diagonal and then come back to her. You know, and he keeps a lovely natural rhythm. It really helps when a horse has a natural rhythm, because it actually makes the rider's job easier. But some horses aren't born to trot and actually can develop a trot. This horse is a natural trotter. And lovely in the half passes, very easy in the bending, very lovely in the crossing of the hind leg. The judges will love that from in front. You know, in his half passes from the floor, you wouldn't know which way he was stiffer. She may have him so super trained that actually he's equally supple right and left. There's interesting Sarah said about the deep sand. You can see a little bit actually on that shoulder in that way, where they're actually kicking up a bit of sand. So the horses that actually don't have the greatest trot will struggle in the corner a little bit there, a little bit deep. But this horse should not. It will not disturb this horse because he's so powerful behind. I was saying about the engine being behind. And then Lucy must come to a movement like this and think, this is going to be a breeze. Just flies. No, she doesn't fly across.
Floats.
She floats across.
Floats across.
Floats across. Because we don't want them to fly across. You know, and again, just lovely, you know, well-deserved marks for the transitions as well, because she was able to... She punctuated that. And that's what I'm saying about the punctuations. They get marks for transitions as well. So the judges are saying to them, I need a punctuation. So the walk was a little bit quick, and then he stuck a step, because actually he almost lost his balance, because he was like, I can't walk a circle that small, so I need to stick my, I don't want to hit my legs, so I'll just stick.
Well, Lucy Jackson, Superstition, trending 27.5. If you did just lose us for a few minutes, then huge apologies to you. Just a couple of technical issues on site. We are back with you now, and Sarah Cohen is the one to beat with Treason on 26.3.
So the extended walk was a very good example of the frame. I'm not surprised it get to the 8s really, but you know, and I think this walk could be a little more collected. But I think actually that first problem with the first row actually allowed that to be a little bit bigger and a little bit easier, and that'll get quite a nice mark anyway. Transition was lovely. What I like about this horse is it's like willingness to actually want to go forward, but actually we saw some this morning that were actually too willing to go forward. This is the right amount of controllable energy, like rideable energy, and this is what I was saying. And this horse has a bit of glamour about him as well, doesn't he? Glamour.
Presence.
Yes.
Lucy's pretty glamorous though.
Yes, actually she is, yeah. So that change could have been more fluid. There was sort of a stutter as he did the change. He sort of had to back off for his own balance. You know, and again there, a little bit on the forehand if you want it to why it's not an 8. She just needs to get the shoulders up a little bit more now here. But Sarah's horse, like Treason, just stays a little bit more naturally uphill. Like here, he's just getting a bit tight and a little bit tense. First tension we've seen.
Like she did a very good job to keep that together.
She did, because you see his bum swinging around. She actually rode that very well, but the side judge should probably mark that down more than because she'll have seen the bum swinging. So we're looking on the Serpentine. When we say a horse should be on 2 tracks all the time, the back legs need to follow where the front legs have been.
Well, this is still on track to be the best ever test that Lucy has scored with this horse internationally, and it could still challenge our leader if she nails this final halt. Lucy Jackson, could well be going to the top of the leaderboard. Brilliant test with Superstition, and she will be absolutely delighted with that. We had her on the eventing podcast as a guest this week, and she was quite keen to score in the 20s. Well, she's done it. And she will be absolutely thrilled with it. She said she was hoping for a 28-29. I don't think she would have dreamed of a 26-27, but a groom watching on. And don't forget, you can vote using the hashtag #EquestriGroom for your favourite groom, the unsung heroes. And Mark, there was a huge amount to like from this test. Lucy, understandably delighted with it.
Yeah, and I think this horse sort of gives you, makes you happy, makes you smile inside when you'll be judging him. He's actually so up for it, but he's so on side, and he has such gifted paces, and he looks like a ball to ride.
26.4, a new personal best for the combination. Go into second place, Lucy Jackson and Superstition. And that is an excellent test from the combination, who were third on the podium. Lucy wants to be on the podium here this weekend, and I've absolutely no doubt that after that first phase performance, it is game on for the jumping.
I'm sure she will be. A 26.4 Lucy Jackson. You got on the podium at Chatsworth, and you're putting yourself in a very good position to do that again here.
You're not supposed to whoop after dressage, but woohoo! I'm so pleased.
You can whoop whenever you like.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to whoop. He's always been a super talented horse in this phase and really exciting. And I've always kicked myself a little bit for my test tactics haven't been strong enough to make up for the fact that he hasn't done loads in this atmosphere. And today he nailed it.
You both nailed it. Absolutely fantastic. We're looking ahead for tomorrow. That has put you in such a good position.
Yeah, Dan was teasing me slightly when we did the podcast before the show, and he said, you know, what it takes is to be in the lead after the dressage, and then you have to finish on that score. I was like, they actually pay you for that, because it's not that complicated. But I might not be in the lead, but to be honest, that's as good as we are right now, and I couldn't be more thrilled.
Lucy, you're certainly in amongst it. Best of luck.
Damn. Thank you.
Groom using the hashtag #EquestriGroom as next to come forward. It is Lucy Jackson and Superstition, third at Chatsworth this spring, owned by Gillian Greenlees, and actually Monarch Elite Event Horse Sale, donating a 2-night stay to the winning owner of each of our winning combination horses as well. So very much something in it for the owners here this weekend. And this is a horse that Lucy thinks a huge amount of. Jump clear at Chatsworth, Alex, and will be all to play for. Rating's one of their ones to watch.
And very quick coming off the floor there, coming at the C part of the treble. Showing how careful he is and his athleticism. Ooh, little tickles.
And Lucy was absolutely delighted with her dressage yesterday. We had her on the eventing podcast for the preview here in Mill Street, and she was hoping to be in the 20s, but a 26.4, I think, exceeded her expectations.
And a pretty polished round so far.
Well, this is going to be a really big combination to watch in the cross-country if they can clear the last, and they do. Lucy Jackson, Superstition, absolutely delighted with that. They were on the podium at Chatsworth earlier this year. Can they be on the podium here in Mill Street? And actually, Alex, I don't know what you think, but I think this is a horse that if the ground is deep on the cross-country, again, is another that would go across the top of it rather than sort of into it, which sounds silly, but horses can sort of get a little stuck in the mud if they're not keen. Well, there is Lucy Jackson and Superstition heading out on course on 26.4. We are really heading into the big guns now, because these riders so tightly bunched on the leaderboard. Every second counts. If you're just joining us here, leg 5 of the 2019 Event Rider Masters series in Mill Street in Ireland, the Glenglees Arena, the host for us here this weekend, to go ahead of Sam Watson, but nothing more.
I don't think she's quite going to make 1 second, but you know, maybe she might still squeak in for a podium there.
Well, Lucy Jackson and Superstition on the podium at Chatsworth this year backs that up with an excellent 5th place at Bramham in the lot. But Lucy Jackson, well, she's chasing him down out on course.
And it's great to see Lucy up at the top of the leaderboard. She's had a few quiet years. She sort of had a good string of horses, and for whatever reason they came of age, and she's had a few dormant years. But Superstition is a horse that I think that's going to bring her back to the limelight. Well, he already has, and it's fantastic to see her here really up at the business end of things.
And very much still improving. Just a 10-year-old, and we've seen the speed at Bramham inside the time there. We saw the speed at Chatsworth, 8.4 time penalties, but at Chatsworth that is equivalent to much less on a track like this. What I would say is this weekend what they will take home is the big improvement in the first phase. They're in there at 26, and now at the business end of a competition, every single chance I would say of getting right up onto the podium and possibly even taking over the podium with what we've seen from Superstition. But it's all going to be about rhythm and calmness from here, Janelle.
Absolutely, and from a purely selfish point of view, I'm delighted to have her back New Zealand. From our team point of view, we're a little bit lean on numbers at the moment, with obviously Toddy stepping down and Blythe back in New Zealand, so it would be fantastic for us to have her back up there.
You mentioned a crucial point, because we're in the year before Tokyo when all of these horses coming through, they all have that, no one talks about it, but it is everybody is trying to catch the eye, and performances like this are exactly what you need.
Absolutely.
Well, Lucy is looking pretty good on the clock. She was bang on where Sam was up at the big brush corners, and she is well up on time as she comes to this water as well. So Lucy Jackson and Superstition, so far so good, and very classy through there, kicks away quickly. This is a horse that actually I think really suits this kind of ground, Janelle, because makes it look very easy.
Yeah, he's very nonchalant about things, isn't he? Whether it's sort of the question or the ground. I think he suits Lucy's way of riding, and they really look like a good partnership.
Well, Lucy just coming to the big Eventing Island Park question, but there is Sam Watson. He's guaranteed himself a podium finish here. He's going to have to push Alex Bragg down into second. Sarah Cohen goes third at the moment, but of course Emily King is coming for them as well. Let's go and hear what Sam has to say on a brilliant performance in his first ever Event Rider Masters podium.
Sam Watson, you're at the top of the podium for the moment here on home soil. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, to be honest. Sarah helped us win that medal last year, so if Sarah comes and knocks me off, I don't mind, but it's great to be here.
Guaranteed a podium. Well done, Sam.
Well, Lucy Jackson is absolutely flying through that final water. Superstition is pricked as they come to the last real question. She can kick down. I think she's got this time in the bag if she jumps clear. Janelle, would you agree?
Oh, it's going to be close. She could be a couple of seconds. How many does she have in hand? Two. I hope she's not 3. I really hope.
She would guarantee herself still a podium finish, even if she slots in behind Sam Watson on the podium. But I think she's still just about going to be able to do it. Just coming to the last, Lucy Jackson and Superstition. They were on the podium at Chatsworth, in leg 1, and they look like they could be about to go to the top of the podium. Just watching that clock, it can't go more than 2 seconds over. And it goes 2 seconds over. Lucy Jackson will be second at worst. Sam.
Riding Superstition, owned by Gillian Greenlees, representing New Zealand, Lucy Jackson. The owner of Superstition, Gillian Greenlees, also receives a 2-night stay in the Monarch Hotel in Ireland. Compliments of the Monarch Elite Event Horse Sales. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucy Jackson.
Well, Lucy Jackson, the winner here.